This is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show.
Can you hear us?
I can hear you a little better now. Yeah.
Okay.
Can,
All right.
Can you hear me all right?
Okay. Yeah, no, I got you. It's just there's some noise in the background there. I don't know how it's affecting the people on the on live there. Okay, so you and I have talked about this for years now, right? And they used to get the guy that was inexperienced, and we would say, well, we got to give Alzugaray the time. We got to give Manny years. We got to give Randy Shannon time to grow, and this, that. And
Yeah.
then you and I have been talking for years, and then the theory was we got to go get the guy that is a finished product, that has built the program.
Right.
Okay, well, they got the guy that finished the program, but has built the program, but oh my God, I got he looks like one of those cooks at the beginning of Hell's Kitchen at the start of a season.
Yep.
Where Ramsey is just going absolutely nuts because he doesn't know what the hell he's doing, or he doesn't know what the hell he's doing, and they're getting all crazy. And that's the sad part that we're looking at with Manny, that the game-to-day coaching, there really isn't any improvement there. While everything else is improving, the game-to-day coaching continues to be groundhog.
Yeah. He coaches scared. There's no question about that. I mean, I think I look at this game. I was talking in the press box with some of the other reporters in there, Gary Furman, who's covered Miami for a long time as well. He and I were talking, and when Miami got the ball back up 21-14 at the end of the first half, I turned to Gary and I said, "This is where Mario's butt is going to clench up into a fist. He's going to turn into a little, and they're going to say, well, we're going to play it safe. We're going to run the ball, and we're going to kick it back to the other team and hope that they don't score before the half." And what happened? They played conservative because they didn't want to turn the ball over on their own end. And they punted the ball, and Louisville took advantage of every second and scored right before the half and made it a completely different ball game. And so, to me, this is about Mario not coaching aggressive because he doesn't trust his quarterback. And the bottom line is he didn't trust Tyler Van Dyke in this game. Yes, Tyler Van Dyke took a couple shots down the field, but he didn't. He didn't trust him.
Well, hold on a second. But can we play with our gut a little bit? I got quite a large one here, but my gut tells me that at that moment I'm getting the best play out of Tyler Van Dyke I've gotten in over a month right now.
Right.
Let me him right now. He did the same shit to Williams a month ago when the kid swung it for a couple of times and then he put him right back in the shell again. And I'm like, come on, let your athletes grow, my brother. I'm watching Jeff Rome play checkers, and chess, and you're playing checkers, dude. I mean, now Jeff Rome can coach, bro. Now, that's a guy. I watched that. That's coaching right there.
100% agree. 100% agree. But again, this is who Mario is. We talked about this when he got hired. He's going to get in the way of the offensive coordinator. There's going to be games where he's going to say, play conservative, run the football. You had the momentum in the first half. You let the score get away from you. And then, Jeff Braun was just much better, I think, play caller than Lance Guidry's faced this year because he really exposed Miami's defense with the motion, moving guys in motion, spreading guys around on the field, and he beat what had been a pretty good Miami defense, and that's why Miami lost the game today.
What was the attitude of Mario after the game? How did he take it?
Well, I was actually in the Louisville locker room. I didn't even end up going to Miami just because I have to write about Louisville for The Athletic, them winning getting a spot in the ACC championship game. But I ran into one of the other reporters and said, "What did he say?" And he's like, "What do you think he said?" The same stuff Mario always says, So it is what it is, man. I mean, obviously there's disappointment. They wanted to win this game, but listen, I said 7-5 before the season for a reason. I just. You and I talked about it. This isn't a program that, in my mind, was ready to win. And really what they did this year was blow games they should have won. Today, I think they got beat by a better team and a better coaching staff. But coaching isn't going to get Miami there. It's going to be talent, and Mario has to continue to load up on talent because it's obvious he's not going to outcoach many other teams.
Did you guys challenge him on his conservative play calling, what we talked about the first half, what we've talked about in the past? I mean, that maybe that part of his DNA is also not allowing him to grow as a coach?
I hope to God that somebody did in that press conference. I think ultimately here he's going to turn and say, well, we didn't turn the ball over. We had a chance to win. We scored 31 points, yada, yada, yada. But the bottom line is they didn't get the win, and his approach to offense, being conservative, isn't working out. And I don't know what else to say. Oh, he is what he is. This is the guy that Miami hired. Like, I don't know that anything is ever going to change. Maybe the administration puts pressure on him instead, but he's not going anywhere. He's got 8 years left on that contract. So, I don't know what kind of pressure they're going to really apply to make anything change around him.
Well, dude, listen, I've already talked about my theory on what I think happened. The administration above looks at it and says, all right, look, the guy is foundationally good everywhere else. He'll build it up. He'll build the recruiting. We'll get him halfway through the contract. When we get halfway through the contract, then we can dump him. We can pay the rest of his contract out over a stretch of time, and we can go find the guy that can finish the job. But unfortunately, Canes fans, you're going to probably have to tolerate for 3 more years at least these kind of decisions, game day, game in and game out.
You're 100% right, man. I mean, I think this is just what comes with Mario. I think it's what Miami fans have to accept. Hopefully, at some point, he runs into the right offensive coordinator. Who, because he found the right defensive coordinator. To me, it's the right scheme. But he's going to have to hire a guy on offense that is much more creative than I think Shannon Dawson is. Today, I saw the same offense. I don't know about you. I know some people are like, oh, they opened up the playbook. I'm like, they ran one reverse to Brashard Smith, which everybody had been calling for. They threw one pass to the running back out of the backfield. It's the same offense with 2 new plays that we saw today. That's it. And Louisville didn't play zone. They played man. So that allowed Tyler Van Dyke to thrive.
By the way, I was laughing my ass off because at the beginning of the game, the sideline reporter comes on and says, well, Tyler Van Dyke took the benching to heart, but he's a different man now. They've seen him. They believe in him. They believe in their quarterback. And on the first third down of the game, you go to the Wildcat. Way to build confidence.
Exactly. And again, like outside of the one deep shot to Jacoby George and the one that was sort of a broken play to Xavier Restrepo, how many of those Tyler Van Dyke passes were quick, get rid of the ball quickly to the receiver on a screen, nothing down the field, nothing where he's reading plays? Like, they didn't trust him. They basically put in the best game plan they could come up with so he wouldn't turn the ball over. That's all it was.
What do you got to say about the lack of discipline and the guys that were actually losing control? Even George, I know there was like a little bit of a tug. It didn't look like it was the worst thing in the world, but still, even if it's a bad call, dude, you can't. The coach is trying to reason with him, and he doesn't respond. So, what did Mario have to say about the guys not actually keeping their cool, dude?
Well, I got to imagine he's disappointed. I mean, I think it was Brashard Smith on the punt return, right, that had the dumb penalty there at the end. They would have had the ball at the 40. Instead, they got to wait 15 seconds just to get the ball up by midfield. I mean, listen, again, these are Miami players frustrated that they're not winning ball games. Both of those flags were guys that are just pissed off because they're not winning. And so, look, a lot of the same problems that Mario had last year, in terms of guys quitting and stuff like that stuff was gone, right? That stuff is gone. But these dumb penalties, frustration, that's hard to get rid of when you're 6-5. It's still going to come out of your players. They're still going to show it. So while he may have more buy-in, there's still parts of this roster that haven't been able to get over the fact that this has been a 500 program for a long time now. And when you get into these moments and you have opportunities to win and you don't do it, you're going to see dumb penalties like that happen. And again, Mario has to change the culture by winning too. You don't just change the culture by building a leadership council. You change culture by winning. And when you lose 3 in a row like this program has, you're going to get penalties like that because guys are going to get pissed off and lose control.
Recruiting, is this going to get affected?
Well, I mean, I think most of the guys that Miami is after are coming for the money, right, and the opportunity. So it's a little different nowadays. You can pay somebody enough money, right, and sweeten the pot a little bit. I think there's a chance there's always going to be defections at the end of a recruiting class, whether you win or lose. University of Florida lost 3 guys last weekend. Some of those kids were guys that maybe took a bag early in the recruiting process, and now at the end they're changing their mind. I would suspect the same thing will happen with Miami. There will be guys that defect, and there will be guys that Miami adds. The bottom line is Mario needs a quarterback, and I don't know that question has been answered yet. Tyler Van Dyke played well today, but he's not the quarterback of the future. And I don't know that guy is even on this roster. Jakari Brown didn't play. He was here. He warmed up. Didn't see him at all. I don't know why. Think about Jakari Brown and his ability to run. Imagine if you actually had him in that goal line stand from 3 yards out. You could have run the option with him and Mark Fletcher and probably scored. Why didn't he play? Why hasn't this coaching staff gotten anybody ready for that moment? So, again, a lot of failures on the coaching. And I think, Miami 6-5, they are what they are.
Terrible. Bart, what do you got going on in the athletics so folks can check you out?
I will be writing about Louisville. I talk about a guy, Jeff Brom, year 1 comes in, takes over a team that was okay, not great last year, and he's, 10-1, won the ACC championship, brought in 25 transfers. That's a guy who's creative on offense, knows what he wants to do, and that was the difference between them and Miami today, was it not? They had a guy who was good on offense, because their quarterback wasn't necessarily better than Tyler Van Dyke, but their offensive coordinator sure was. So I'll be writing about Louisville. To the victor go the spoils, right?
Yeah. Unfortunately, we don't enjoy any of them. All right, follow him on Twitter at Manny_Navarro. Manny, as always, my brother, we will catch up later on in the week following this fiasco, leading up to PC.
All right, brother. Take care.
This is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show.